You're gonna be able to get Instagram. Oh, that's awesome. And your head's probably in the way of the camera. I'll wait for Instagram now that we're doing this anyway. We're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. I know we're live on Facebook and YouTube here, but we're single man operating Brandon Ewing. Brandon Panty Dropper Ewing is going to be doing the live at the other end of the camera. And are we live on Instagram yet?
Now we're live.
We're live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Kiesel, how the hell are you? Hanging out today, and we have my son, Zach, who normally asks the Instagram questions, is on vacation. Jesse, who does Facebook, is sick. He's got the sniffles. Brandon is still here, and Brandon does YouTube. So we're going to have a one-man show here with Brandon asking the questions from all three platforms. So we'll see how that goes. But like always, we have my deal of the hour, my top of the hour, and I got a couple of customer guitars that are really, really rad guitars. So I'm going to do my deal of the hour first because it's called deal of the hour because it's the deal for this 1 hour. This guitar is actually online on our website. So you could see this and see all the exact specs on our in-stock section. We're going to let this CS3 guitar go for $2,100 shipped with a case. I think on the website is at 22 and some change plus the case plus shipping. So it's a really good deal for this badass silver teardrop style burst with the covered pickup in the neck, the uncovered black pickup in the bridge. Just a gorgeous guitar. You can see the silver teardrop on the backside. Of course, the bursting on the neck. I love this model. I have it tattooed actually on my forearm here. Love the stop tailpiece, the 2-volume, 2-tone. That's my jam. This wouldn't be the headstock I would put on this guitar, but with this finish, I think it's very fitting. More aggressive, more modern. Actually, still kind of a classic, but it does look very modern finish. Love the blocks in there on the ebony fretboard. Just a beautiful guitar. So if you don't have one of our single cut guitars, this is a set neck instrument, mahogany body, beautiful instrument, sounds amazing, and it'd be a great addition to your collection. Why is that phone ringing? That's weird. That phone never rings.
I'll text him, see we're live.
Yeah, that's rad. Okay, so that's never happened. That's a phone that doesn't normally ring. Then we have our top of the hour. So that was the guitar of the hour. This is the top of the hour. This is a very badass Buckeye top. And I've set it aside for a Vader guitar. It's the only thing I'm going to put it on. So that's part of the deal. So if you want a Vader and you've wanted a badass Buckeye top, this is the top for you. You can see it's got the cream tones, the silver tones, got some of the browns in it. It's not quite master grade, but it's better than our standard. I'm going to let this top go for $500. Normally this would be a $900 top. So $500 will grab this very special top. So to grab either the top or the guitar, to make that happen, you just call 858 Guitars and tell them you want to grab whichever one. And they'll come in here, we'll announce your name, and we'll write up the paperwork and get you dialed.
You know what I just thought about?
What's that?
Chris was on lunch. Keith couldn't have come back here if the guitar sold, so maybe he was trying to call me to tell me the guitar sold.
Okay, we might have the guitar sold, so yeah, maybe just text Keith. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we have it sold. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely, we've been so busy here. I'm going to get into customer guitars. So I'm going to show this one off first. Got some tape on there still. And this is an SCV. This is actually my first model that I did. This is for Wayne Raimondo, actually. And this is a badass guitar. An SCV 6M, so it's got the M bridge fed through the body. Beautiful flame top with the teal finish, royal ebony fretboard, that H33 headstock, which I think is very fitting for this model. It's a standard headstock, which I think looks great. Look at that black limba and that neck through maple, that quarter sawn maple neck. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous build. He elected to have the dots all off to one side. Not something you see on a lot of our guitars, but it looks really good. And yet it's another one of our options. Mother of pearl inlays, of course, lumen lace side dots, stainless steel frets, all the good stuff. Wood cap knobs. Actually, wood knobs, not wood capped. Excuse me on that. All right. And I got to show this K series off. So this is for Paul King. Paul has quite the collection, and I am stoked on this one. So there's a custom finish I did. Paul basically had an idea and sent me some pictures, and then we went to town on it. I got Casey's input, our head painter, and capped it off really nice with this red wine binding all the way around it. But I mean, look at it. It's badass in the headstock. I was like, well, I can't, make all of the colors in that short span. So I decided to try to just do the two center primary colors there. And I think it came out amazing. And look at that backside, that blacked out ash, 7-piece neck. Like any K-Series, the best woods that we have, it's a master grade quilt. And I mean, just the depth of that quilt is just absolutely gorgeous. I pick out all the woods, do all the final fit and finish on them. And the only thing missing is I have to go over it, make sure everything's perfect on it, sign it, and then it'll get shipped out. So that's all we're waiting on this one. And it's loaded up. K-Series come loaded up. They have master grade tops, 3-piece bodies, swamp ash body, 7-piece necks. That's all built into the price. So, you look at this guitar and, it's over the top. You don't have to have it over the top just because it's a K, but damn, this thing's over the top. Cool thing too with the piezo, for those of you guys that don't know, you still have your standard controls here. So you have your volume and your tone. And then with the piezo, you go forward, that's your magnetic pickups. Middle, that's gonna be magnetic and acoustic. Back is just acoustic, and then you have your volume for your acoustic there. So a lot of versatility on this. Paul King's getting yet another sick guitar. So I'll be taking some pics of this. I know we shot it in the studio today. I'll take some outside, just my cell phone, and post it on Instagram and Facebook. Pretty stoked on how this one came out. All right. And with that, why don't we jump into the Q&A and see if we got questions for you guys, or from you guys, not for you guys.
First question is the Holdsworth the smallest headless guitar you guys offer?
No, the Leia is actually.
Which models offer a recessed Tunomatic bridge?
Well, the SCB, as you just saw, the California single cut, and I think that's it. I think just those two single cut models. Possibly the Ultra V maybe. And the V220, I think, are the only other ones.
Should you still use tongue oil and steel wool on a maple neck if it has Purple Heart stripes?
Yes, absolutely. Not a problem.
Jerry is asking, hey Jeff, I'm interested in getting a Buckeye Burl top on a Zeus. What kind of piece is that $600 going to get me, and how much extra to upgrade from your private stash?
That's a great question. Buckeye can vary so much. It's going to get a high quality piece, of course. But if you're concerned and there's something in particular you want, you definitely want to upgrade, because when you upgrade, you can call out, hey, I want a piece with a lot of gray in it, or I want a lot of cream in it. You can really call out those types of things, where I'm still going to pick something really nice for you, don't get me wrong, but it might not be exactly what you want. Right? Because Buckeye can vary so much. It's not like Flame Maple, where it's just really a striping pattern and a slight color variation. Buckeye is a big difference between one piece and another. Even though they both look great, you might think what you get doesn't look great. So if you're really concerned, I would recommend upgrading. And upgrading would be $250 extra. You'll be able to call out, like, if you wanted something with a lot of gray or a lot of cream in it, and it would be a nicer piece as well. It's not just getting to call out colors.
Eric Castilla is asking, can we get the new headless hyperdrive and 8-string variant soon?
No plans on that. It's actually the first request I've had for that, to be honest.
Edgar is asking, Jeff, today you uploaded a picture of a K-series with poplar burl top. Was that just a clear top with black burst edges, or did it have anything else going on?
That is our normal Cali Burst. So it's a Cali Burst finish that has a trans black burst on it, is what that is.
Would you guys do a slime green burst on a translucent purple finish for a crescent with green polarity pickups?
Sure, it'd probably be no return. It sounds cool, but it's a pretty unique one, so it'd probably be one that you'd have to waive your 10-day trial on.
Do you do the setups on your personal instruments, or do you have your techs do it for you?
Albert does them all, to be honest. I mean, I haven't adjusted a neck in forever. They don't move. So I haven't, well, I take that back. I had to have one guitar reset up, but I was also doing some refinish work on it. So that would be the only exception. But besides that, I haven't brought a guitar in I don't know how long. It's been since we started using the carbon fiber rods in the neck. I would have necks move on me every other day before those, and now they're just not moving. So there's no need to get out tools or anything because they don't move.
Mac is asking, when will the price increase start?
July 1. It's a great question, Mac. Yeah, July 1, we have a price increase, all new pricing. Every model is going up. No model is staying the same. And options are going up too. Not all options, but there's options that we have to go up on.
Edgar is asking, is the upgrade on a poplar burl top $250?
Yes, for a 5A top. Yeah, that's right.
Joseph Brown is asking, hi Jeff, do you still offer saber blue finishes on any guitar model?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're just going to need to get like a flame top is what I would recommend, or we can do it on a quilt top. I think saber lends itself better to flame just because of the kind of the more rectangular shape, kind of like a lightsaber.
Are you going to have more in-stock guitars? I check it every day looking for the one. That's how I got my Zebrawood Top Osiris.
That's rad, but probably not. I mean, we're so backed up with orders that we can't put extras in. So extras are coming through very, very slowly. It's not like we've been able to do, typically, this time of year, we're having a lot of in-stocks going into the system, and then all the guitars that were from NAMM would have gone into the system too. But that's not happening. So, there are some in the works always, but it's just not like it used to be. We would go in there and they'd say, hey, why don't you put through 100 builds? And I'd put through 100 builds. It's not happening anymore. We're so busy. We don't have a dull moment back there, which is great. And I appreciate, we're a custom shop, ideally we'd rather not make in stocks. We'd rather make exactly what you guys want.
Johnny is asking, do you guys do a Daphne blue without a custom finish option?
I don't know exactly what color Daphne blue is, but we have a light blue, which could be close to that. You can check that out, our light blue color.
Chandler is asking, hello, I have the MO7X. Where would I get a replacement trem arm?
Just call my guys in service and we'll be able to take care of you. It's a rad guitar.
Glenn is asking, any chance of getting a 22 fret Zeus?
No plans on that one. No. I know Brandon's asked me a couple of times for that, but I think you and Brandon are the only ones that want that.
Probably about right. Rob is asking, any thoughts on a future Cole Roland signature?
The Cole Roland Midnight guitar sold very well, but a lot of people that got those, I think, a good chunk of his fan base got them, and, we'll have to see what the future brings. But that guitar was very successful for us, and I know Cole was very happy with it too.
Jay is asking, how is the upper fret access on the California single cut versus the SCB?
The SCB is better, but there's two reasons for that. The SCB is a neck through, so the slope on the back is much shallower because the construction is different. and then it has a little bit of a bevel there, so it helps you get your hand kind of around. But having said that, the single cut is amazing still. It doesn't have that big neck block like most guitars like that. There's other companies that make these that they're just not comfortable to play, and that's not the case.
John is asking, do you only use FedEx for delivery?
That's correct. Yeah, what Brown was doing for us, when I say Brown, I mean UPS, is they're throwing guitars, they're breaking guitars. So, we went to FedEx and we hardly have any damages anymore with FedEx. It's really amazing. They definitely treat the packages a lot better.
Joseph is asking, what do you think about translucent sapphire blue over an ash body?
I think that's a good choice. I would recommend that or the Trans Aqua with the antique ash underneath the aqua, and that'll kind of darken up some of the areas and have a little more character. That'd be the only thing I would recommend looking at. And I wouldn't do the antique ash with the blue, because the blue is a darker color and you won't be able to see it as good. But if you want some of that contrast and being able to see some of the gray lines where the wood grain is, do the antique ash and the aqua. It's a really, really hot look.
James is asking, can I get a roasted quilted maple neck on a Leia with spalted maple wings?
You cannot. We don't offer neck throughs that have roasted necks. Now we can do a Zeus for you, which is a single cut still, and do the roasted quilted maple neck because it's a bolt-on. And we could do a spalted maple body for you if you wanted. And at that point, you could just do solid spalt. You don't even have to get a top. So call my guys if you're interested.
I really love the feel and comfort of the Zeus, but I'm not into headless. Do you think the SCB would scratch that itch?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the Zeus is really kind of modeled after the SCB. That was a lot of the inspiration, kind of an SCB Aries-esque, style, but obviously in a headless. And I would definitely check out the SCB.
Chris is asking, would it be possible to get polarity pickups in a headless model in the future?
You can get polarity pickups in a headless model now. Yeah, they're available.
What do you recommend to help my tuning stability on my Zeus?
Well, I don't know what stability you're having trouble with. You can call my guys and talk with them. I don't know what gauge strings you're using, what tuning you're using. Do you have a trim, no trim? One thing that I have seen players do is when they're playing their guitars, and Brandon is guilty of this, they tune their guitar and then they lean forward like this and the trim's got some weight to it and it goes out of tune. So make sure if you have a trim, especially one of our headlesses, because they have a big tone block in there to really help the tone, that you're not leaning or tipping the model forward, because you're going to be pulling the guitar to where it's flat, because you're going to be having less tension on the strings at that point. So depending on what issue you're having, you can talk to our head tech here, Albert. Probably be your best bet, and we'll get you dialed.
John is asking, can I pick a raw tone finish with a poplar burl top and black limba body? Because in the options, it only says you can do raw tone on ash.
Yeah, you could do it over black limba. I guess what's hard with our web builder is there's not a lot of logic built into the web builder. And what I mean by that is when you go to select raw tone, it only populates if it's ash, because it doesn't really know the difference between the tops versus the bodies and such like that. So if you are getting a poplar top, we do absolutely encourage raw tone on it. It's a great finish for poplar. And then whatever body wood you have, we're going to be able to wrap that onto the body wood. We just don't want to get into doing raw tone finishes, especially with color, over limba bodies or mahogany bodies. They just don't look that good. When they're clear, when they're natural, they look great.
Can I do an HSH on a Delos headless?
You can. Yeah, call my guys.
Bobby is asking, is it possible to get a reversed angled headstock on a 7-string Aries?
Absolutely. Yeah, call the guys. Even on an 8-string too, if anybody wants that, regular or reverse.
Can you drop tune easily on a Hipshot Kiesel trem?
You can, but anytime you're drop tuning, your intonation is going to be off, depending on how far you're dropping. Keep in mind that, your intonation, so the actual location of the saddle break needs to move with any different tuning. So when you detune the guitar and the saddle obviously is staying in the same spot, it's not intonated perfectly. So to have the intonation spot on, it's not just a simple detuning it and, oh, hey, I changed my tuning. Even a lot of people that call themselves techs, even these so-called techs for some of the bigger bands that we have that are Kiesel artists, I've talked to them and they don't even understand that you have to move the saddle to adjust for different tunings. It's like it blew their mind when I told them that, it's like, I'm having intonation problems. Well, no shit you are. You went from standard tuning all the way down to, drop G. It's like, what do you expect, man? Drop C, drop B, whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to move the saddle if you want the guitar to stay in tune as you play your harmonics up and down the neck, right? It's open, it's in tune for sure, but it's not going to be in tune as you actually play the guitar.
James is asking, how do I option out a 6-string bass to make it as light as possible?
Best bet, I would call in and speak with Keith, and Keith will dial you in. Keith is an excellent bass player, one of my custom shop experts here, and he'll be able to give you a hand with that.
If Kiesel / carbon guitars didn't exist, what other brand would you want to use?
If they didn't exist, I wouldn't be in this situation, so I wouldn't be able to answer that, honestly. What would I be doing instead? I don't know. But my whole path would be different, right? Because I was born into this family, and if we didn't make guitars, would I know anything about guitars? Would I have played guitar? I can't answer that. I wasn't, someone that came into this company after the fact, and I had a favorite brand before I started working here. This is all I know. So can't answer that, to be honest.
You got Manny in here. He says, miss you, Jeff. Looking good, brother.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I miss you too, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you in some years now. Yeah, the old school fans will remember Manny. All the good lives, the Q&As, the good hangs, the good times with Manny. And then Manny moved away. He left me solo. I still love you though, brother. Yeah, we had some good times though, didn't we, Manny? It's pretty crazy. Got to get your ass back out here someday.
Craig is asking, is HSH on an SCB possible?
Yeah, we could do that.
Will is asking, knowing that the Aries bass is discontinued, is it possible to order a custom one?
No, I'm sorry, brother. It's gone.
Manny says, love you too, bro. Yes, we did. Good
times. Some stories, man. Some stories. Yeah, Manny always took good care of me. I'll do a little story time. The last time I drank, this is like, I went sober after this. We were in Germany at the Frankfurt Music Show, and I didn't really remember like much, from this one particular night. And I guess I had like this mug from the Stein from this bar we were at or whatever. And I'm like stumbling. Manny's helping me, and Manny's drunk too, of course. And all of us were shit faced. And I guess I hit the Stein on the wall or something. And Manny's like, hey, dude, be careful with that. And I don't remember any of this. Manny just told me this story. And he's like, dude, you're such a butthole. You're so stubborn, because I was like, oh, like this. And I kept like hitting it against the wall. I'm like, oh, it's not breaking. It's not breaking. We walk a little further and I hit it against the wall. I'm like, what? This thing's fine. And I guess I kept doing it like the whole way back to the hotel. So he's like, I wish I didn't even tell you not to hit it, because you like literally made a big deal about like hitting it like every so often just to prove me wrong. So definitely some fun times, man. I definitely miss you.
Jay is asking, is it possible to get Fishman modern pickups with a polarity single coil in the middle?
No, that wouldn't be possible. It'd be a lot of electronics going on. We don't have the room for all of that.
Why can't I order a tub oil finish on a Zeus in the builder?
You should be able to, and if you're having trouble, just call my guys. Yeah, we'll be able to dial you in.
I need a replacement jack plate for my Holdsworth Fat Boy. Can you supply me with one? It's my main guitar, and I can't use it.
Well, just call my guys, man. Yeah, call service. I mean, I can't supply you with one through the computer here, but you can call my guys and get replacement parts. Anybody that's got replacement parts questions, just call my guys, 858 Guitars, and talk to Joe in service. Wake him up. I mean, I love when Joe's sleeping at his desk, because that means we don't have a lot going on. I'm down with that. Like, I'm like, Joe, if you're all caught up, man, you want to take a nap, I'm good with that. It's like Maytag repairman over here. So as the quality gets better and better, Joe gets more nap time. Savannah laughs, but you know that shit's true. It's awesome.
Can I have an F-hole on my chambered Zeus?
Whoa. No, man, we don't do that.
Joseph is asking, does Lumenlay come standard on maple fretboards as well?
Lumenlay is standard on every guitar, and when we do the Lumenlay, we have the black piping around the Lumenlay itself. So even on a maple board, you'll be able to see it, even at night, or even in the daytime when it's not night and they're not glowing.
Can I choose the exact Buckeye top that I want?
You cannot, unless you want this exact one right here, and you're getting a Vader, then you can. It's your lucky day. But no, yeah, we can't do that. I mean, you guys got to think about it. We sell over 4,000 guitars a year. I don't have all these tops just laying out ready, and then you know how you guys can even be. You know, I mean, you have a decision of red or blue, and it's hard, and then I give you 10 tops to choose from, and you're going to be procrastinating and thinking about this for 2 weeks, and then wanting to change your mind when you've already selected it. So yeah, we can't do that. No, I'll pick you out something sick. I pick out all the Buckeye here. So if you don't like Buckeye, if you got a Buckeye top, you don't like it, it's my fault. I pick them all out.
Do different top woods make an impact on sound, or is it just an aesthetic choice?
Absolutely, they do. But there is that camp that doesn't believe in it, and I'm not going to argue if people can't hear a difference in tone, because maybe they can't. I can hear a difference, and I know a lot of other people can too. You know, everybody here, in fact, believes in it because they've heard the differences. David is asking, are there any JBYYs getting ready to ship out? There always are JBYYs getting ready to ship out. That's the new Jason Becker Yin Yang model, very successful guitar for us. You know, there are a lot of work to make. I do know that Floyd Rose, we use the original Floyd Rose. They have been backed up on the German-made parts because of COVID. I know we are waiting for a shipment of those to come in. So we're kind of at their mercy. You know, this COVID thing is still affecting things down the road. So we're doing the best we can here, but that's the only vendor I have right now, Floyd Rose, that is struggling with shipments. And they even posted something, you know, probably two and a half months ago. They posted saying that they're struggling to keep up. So, or even get enough out, I should say, not keep up, but I think just production in general. We got John Gamrat in here. John Gamrat.
He's asking Jeff, any chance that you will do a pick your top before the July 1st price increase?
Oh, I don't think so, John. And the reason why I say that is we are so backed up right now. It just doesn't make sense for me to do it. You know, here I give the awesome deal on the top. And, you know, I really need to get the new pricing now. You know, I'm kind of holding off, but I probably shouldn't have. I got a lot of increases in the past 3 months with my different vendors, and I've just kind of eaten it at this point. So I've kind of held off for you guys, and then to give a sale on top of that just kind of really rubs salt in that wound. So, we work on small margins as it is. And so when you have increases, some of them, now I say 200, 300%, they're small parts, like a screw it could be. But, we're having some huge increases on some things. A lot of things are going up. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be no to pick your top. I don't want to say no. Or what day is this anyhow? What of the month? Like the
23rd.
Oh, 23rd, no. I didn't even know when it was. I will be going on vacation too. I'm going on a racing trip. I don't know exactly how long I'm going to be gone. Either I'm going to do 2 back-to-back events or 3 back-to-back events. We haven't decided yet. We're registered for all 3, but I might not do all 3. The good news is I literally have 1 guitar in my cart right now. I've been busting my ass to get all the way caught up. And now when I say I'm all the way caught up, there's still your guitars that I need to work on. They're just not in my cart right now. So obviously I can't work on them until they're to me. But I have literally 1 guitar right now, everybody. That's it. Everything else is done. So I've been working as hard as I can, as many, trips back to the back. And just the other day I got 9 guitars done, which is a lot in one day. And then, doing other things in prep too for other guitars. So it's pretty stoked on that. But just in the past, 3 weeks, I've whittled away about 50 guitars that were waiting for me. So I'm down to 1, and there's still new ones coming. Every couple of days I'm getting new guitars. So that's pretty rad. I'm stoked on that. So I'm trying to get as caught up as I can, so I don't have anxiety going on my trip, knowing how much work I have here. My guys have work here, which that's not going to change. But when I'm not here and I have a lot of work, I don't like that. You guys want your guitar. I want you to have your guitar, and I want you to buy another one. So, and John, we got to plan your the little thing we talked about too. So maybe shoot me an email and let's get working on that.
John Black is asking, how long does it normally take to finish a guitar once it is ready for buffing?
It depends, honestly. One thing that depends on is we have other guitars waiting. So we can have 40 or 50 guitars 60 guitars sitting in there. And if we have 60 sitting in there, the fact that yours went there, we might have 60 in front of it. So it can still take a while. The biggest thing right now is just be patient. Everybody wants their guitar. But what we're doing is we have dates on all of them. We're doing them in the order that they were supposed to come out. So it's just going to go by date. So if you're over there crying the loudest, it doesn't matter. It's going to go by date because someone's being patient that has a date 2 weeks older than yours. And that's the one we're going to go with. Whatever the oldest date, that's my instructions to my staff because that's the only way to be fair. Calling in and complaining and bitching is not going to move the guitar up. I promise you that. I've instructed my guys, the only thing I want you to focus on is dates. Look at the date. That's it. Get the oldest ones out of here because they've been the most patient and they've been waiting the longest. Let's get those out. So that is the goal here. And we have a lot of people working overtime, Hats off to my staff. They're doing an amazing job. And we've hired more people. So I think we have 5 new hires right now. And with that, we have training to do, obviously. So we're not as efficient as we're going to be at some point when we're not training these people. So hopefully everybody makes it. Hopefully their quality is exactly what we want. They're working on extras and testers and things like that until they get up to speed. So as soon as they're up to speed, I think we're going to be sailing pretty good here, I hope.
Rory is asking, which model would you suggest as someone's first headless guitar? My SG is my current go-to, if that helps.
I would say probably our Delos, the HD. The reason why I say that is it's a more familiar shape and feel in a guitar, especially being headless. We even make that in a 22 fret too. I would definitely check that out. Now, if you're really wanting something a lot along the lines of an SG, you can look at our either our Zeus or our Leia because we make those in 24 3/4, that shorter scale, which might be of interest to you as well.
David is asking, can you get AAT over black Limba with a gloss top coat?
You cannot. It's AAT, antique ash treatment. So it only goes on ash. So not on Black Limba. Sorry, dude.
Cody is asking, can you do a Zeus acoustic with a Soundbolt delete?
For a custom programming fee, sure.
Any advice on caring for tongue oil finish necks?
Yeah, we have a fretboard care video, which you can use the same thing and apply it to the back of the neck. So watch that on YouTube. Brandon, you're doing a good job.
Thanks. I'm trying. Hey Jeff, any plans to try and steal John Mayer?
No. I think he's happy where he's at, and what a talent, But no, I don't have any plans to try to get John away from PRS. I mean, I think if he wanted or was interested, he would have talked to us before he made that transition. And I know with John, it's a very, very hefty amount he makes. We were told that already by his manager. So when I heard the amount, we weren't interested. Not that he's not amazing. I can't afford that. So, more power to John for the amount he is worth, I guess.
Hey Jeff, I ordered a JB200 in April. With the backed up Floyd Rose issue, does that mean I'm looking at more than 20 weeks?
I don't know, to be honest with you. But, we're going to do the best we can and get them out. And I believe the Floyds that we're out of are the chrome. I don't think we're out of the blacks. But, we'll do the best we can. It doesn't do any good to call, so don't go calling. We're going to get them done as soon as we can. And that's the big thing too, guys. Just be patient. People want to call and find out, but I promise you calling will not make the guitar get done any faster. And two, we don't do any status checks here at all, so there's no way to check the status of your build. The exception is once your build is at 25 weeks, we can do a check on it. So once it's that late, we will do a check on it. And go from there.
Jacob is asking, do the K series quote for longer than a normal build?
They do.
Are bridges like Evertune or Kaler available?
Evertune is, but Kaler is not.
Mark is asking, where do you get your hair cut?
I cut it myself, man. It's a real hard one to do, one length.
Ryan is asking, any plans on a more vintage style offset similar to a Jazzmaster or Jaguar?
No plans. No. It's not really my jam, to be honest with you. It would take someone real special to, want to come to Kiesel for me to have that interest. I have somebody in mind, but I doubt that'll happen.
Any plans to expand your Evertune equipped guitars?
Not until they make a thinner profile unit. I'm limited right now to bolt-on and set neck. I'd love to be able to put them on my neck throughs, but I can't, just logistically. My neck blanks aren't thick enough to be able to install an Evertune in them.
Kayla King is in here. She says, hi Jeff, I can't wait to see Paul King's new K-Series in person. Those candy colors are stunning and you knocked it out of the park. Thank you, Jeff.
No problem, KK. I'm stoked. I love how it came out.
Nathan is asking, what is the guitar deal of the hour?
It'd be this California single cut at $2,100 shipped with a case.
Mike is asking, how is the availability of white limba?
Now, we don't use any white limba here. We don't offer it anymore. We offer black limba, and sometimes the black limba can have less streaking in it, but we don't actually offer white limba anymore. We haven't offered it now for almost 2 years.
Peter is asking, how would you care for a walnut body and top with no clear coat?
You could tongue oil it, and then you just care for it like any tongue oil finish.
Will is asking, polarities or illusionist for modern rock and progressive metal?
Honestly, both are going to work really well. You look at how many people are playing active pickups now for progressive metal, which still blows my mind. I'm still a passive guy. I'd prefer the illusionist myself. That's what Lee plays. Lee McKinney, Born of Osiris. But you got Andy James, playing the polarities. Same with Mark Akubo from Veil of Maya playing polarities. So they're awesome pickups. Both are, really. I mean, the advantage of a polarity is you have dual modes. Advantage of a illusionist is it's still a passive pickup, which I think still has some, a little more appeal to a lot of people.
Deb is asking, is it possible to get a custom color on a DC600?
Absolutely. We do custom colors all the time.
Is that deal of the hour inspired by Adam Jones from Tool's Les Paul?
I don't believe so, no. I don't know who put this one through. Do you know who put this one through?
I have no idea.
No. Yeah. I didn't put it through.
What would be your body recommendation for a CS guitar?
Body wood, maybe?
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Probably mahogany. Still the go-to. Flame maple top, if you can afford it, and a mahogany body.
What type of wood would you recommend for the neck and body of a short scale Vader bass?
Depends on what kind of music. I mean, that's really a big one. I mean, you're playing, rock and metal. Take a look at either, mahogany body or a walnut body. You're playing funk or R&B. Take a look at Swamp Ash. And then for neck, I like walnut necks a lot. Maybe a 3-piece, throw in Bloodwood or Purple Heart would be cool.
Thomas is asking, what's the heaviest guitar you can make?
Well, I don't know. We made that ice guitar out of acrylic, and that thing was almost 14 pounds. But I can make something heavier, I'm sure. I mean, I've never been asked that. Like, if you want something really heavy, call my guys.
Justin Lubers is asking, what trim would you recommend for heavy-handed players, the Godo or the Hipshot?
What's up, Justin? I would definitely go Godo. Heavy-handed, you rest your palm at all anywhere near the bridge or on the bridge. I would definitely go Godo. The Kiesel trim is awesome, but it moves effortlessly. So, some guys don't get on with it because, it's just they move it out of tune too easy. You let go of it, it's great, it's fine. But I still prefer the Kiesel trim, but the Godo trim is still a rad trim.
What is the cost for black Limba with orange streaking?
We actually don't have any more right now. We're not taking any orders for orange streaked black Limba. So that was something I had, sold out of it. So I don't have any, and I have a tremendous amount of black Limba here, and none of it has orange streaking. So it's out of stock for the foreseeable future.
Greg is asking, hello, Jeff. Can I get a job if I've been to school at Palomar and worked in furniture factories? I'll work for guitars.
What's up, dude? You can always come in and apply, man. I mean, it's all about, if you're a good fit here, and we can see if we could use you.
How do you like Dean Lamb?
He's awesome. I love Dean Lamb. Him and Claire, they're amazing people. I'm getting to hang out with them. They're funny. They're nice people. They're just good people. A lot of times you see these guys on stage and, you listen to the music and you're just like, how's this person going to be? And a lot of times they're the sweetest people, nicest people. And I love having them on our roster. They're just solid people.
Jonathan is asking, why is walnut not used for fretboard material? Seems like it would be beneficial.
I really don't know the answer to that. We've never tried it here. I don't know, man.
Nick is asking, Ultra V 7-string with a standard scale.
We used to make them. Yeah, we used to make those.
Brian says, hi Jeff, just want to thank you for creating such an incredible A6 for me. It arrived in tune and has only needed a little touch on the fine tuners and that's it. It's been over a month and is still in tune and plays like a dream. Best guitar I have ever owned.
That's awesome. Thank you, brother. I love the Aries. It's an awesome guitar. with our locking tuners, the carbon fiber rods, the thermo neck treatments, the quarter saw necks, everything we do here. I mean, I don't know how someone can make a better neck. Honestly, I really don't. And using wood, sure, maybe someone can make a neck out of some kind of carbon fiber or something, some injection molded. I don't know. But how does it sound? I know some of the molded guitars, just they sound kind of sterile and lifeless. Is that the case with all of them? I don't know. But maybe the necks are stable, but if they don't sound good as that. I still like to see some wood tops and all that and the figuring, and that's just my jam.
Do you prefer headstock or headless guitars?
I still prefer a headstock, although a headless is a very very logical thing, depending on what the use is. You're playing in a touring band, you got to get on an airplane, and you don't want to check a bunch of stuff down below, or you're going to fly in for a gig. Headless for sure. You want to practice on the couch? Headless. You have back problems? Headless. There's so many reasons why headless guitars are amazing. I still love a headstock though.
Ryan is asking, why do I never see sharp tooth / triangle inlays on 8-string guitars from any brand?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't do it because it's kind of a Jackson thing. But maybe ask them why they don't do it on 8 strings. Probably be a better platform. Oh, wait, they don't do these lives.
Michael is asking, does the Illusionist bridge and beryllium neck a good combo?
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a great combo.
In the future, could there be a multi-scale option on a 7-string Leia?
No plans for that. I doubt we'll do that, to be honest.
Jay is asking, is metal flake infused binding available on all models?
Not all models, but you can call my guys if you're interested. How we doing on time, Brandon?
We got about 5 minutes till you spin the wheel.
Damn.
Ramiro is asking, any chance I can order an exact spec of Dan Sugarman's Crescent 7-string?
Absolutely. Call my guys. I would ask for Chris. Reason why I say that is Chris puts the builds in. So talk to Chris Hong. He puts all the artist builds in, so he'll have all the specs already ready for you.
Does Kiesel have high output pickups?
We do. Yeah, I would check out our Thorium or the Illusionist, and the Lithium are high output. We even have our Polarities that have pretty decent output as well, and those are active.
Joe Brooks asks, how are you, Jeff? What is your favorite gum and flavor?
What's up, Joe Brooks? I like probably Orbits, just like whatever the, not peppermint, but yeah, I guess it is peppermint. No, it's not peppermint. What's the blue one?
Spearmint?
No, that's green, right? Isn't spearmint green?
Yeah, actually, I think it
Yeah. And peppermint is it like red?
is. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a blue one. Orbit's blue for your dirty mouth. I like to swear a lot. Sometimes I just like in one of those moods and I'll just F-bomb like 10 times in like 5 minutes. So it cleans up my dirty mouth. And like when I'm live on these things, I'm real with you guys. Like I don't want to try to like think about what to say or what not to say or what to avoid. I just, like you're sitting here with me. You just get me. Hopefully that's okay. And if not, then I'm okay with that.
Ben is asking, I've never found a coated double ball end string. Can you please make and sell me some?
Well, we don't make strings here. It'd be a great question for Dunlop. We're not a string manufacturer. We're a guitar manufacturer.
How dark can you go with a roasted maple neck?
You go pretty dark. Yeah.
What HSS pickup configuration, sorry, not pickup configuration, what HSS pickups would you recommend for funk and rock?
Funk and rock. I would go with Mark singles for the 2 single coils, and then I would go with a covered beryllium in the bridge. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's not you guys. It's just me. I've been like nonstop. So I'm kind of gassed. I'm beat. I don't drink any caffeine anymore. So, yeah, no sugars for me. No caffeines. Oh, my back is fucked.
Is lumen lace side dots standard on a maple fretboard?
Lumen lace standard on every fretboard.
Ryan is asking, is it possible to get a crescent with an Evertune similar to the AJ model, but not his signature?
No. You can change some specs on Andy's model, but it would need to be an AJ. You don't have to get his inlay. You know, he's okay with you not getting his inlay. Andy really liked that one I posted yesterday, the pink and green one, though. He thought that was cool. Maybe we'll see him rocking that for a Death Punch gig.
David is asking, what string brand do you use on your guitars?
We use Elixir string brand, and then for basses we use Dunlop Super Brights.
Can you tell me the advantage of fan frets?
So if you think about it like this, if you open the hood of a piano, every string is at a different length inside the piano. And that's to maintain the proper string tension for tuning. Same thing with a guitar. So as a string gauge goes up, it needs to be pulled longer and tighter. So by having a multi-scale, it allows you to run thinner gauge strings while maintaining the proper string tension. So you don't end up with these super fat strings that feel kind of floppy and duddy.
Joe Brooks is asking, can I get some Dunlop Jazz 3 Kiesel picks?
Dang, that would be dope. Yeah, I mean, Joe, I think I have some actually. I'll send you some. I think I still have some of mine that they made for me. That's what I use. Nobody plays Jazz 3s anymore. Nobody loves those. Those were like the pick like 5 years ago. Brandon, what are you playing these days?
The flow picks.
Yeah, I know you are. Have you tried our flows, the 10?
Oh yeah. One of them.
What do you use for your thickness?
1.14. So it's in the.
It's
10,
in there. That's the blue one, right?
The white one.
Oh, the white one.
I did that on purpose.
Perfect. Did you?
Yeah.
Do you use that exact pick? The Tortex, or do you use?
Oh, exactly. That's
wow, that's cool.
So when we were ordering them, I was like, exactly, have to make the white one the 1.14.
Oh, that's cool,
so
man. Hell yeah. That's rad.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But the time has come.
You played Jazz 3s though, didn't you?
I used to play Jazz 3s, and then
did Albert.
And then I went to the Jumbo Jazz, which is a slightly bigger one.
Yeah, I remember that.
And now I'm on the flows.
Yeah, everybody's on the flows.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah.
But it's your favorite time now. It's time to spin the wheel.
Time to spin the wheel. All right, here we go. Spinning the damn wheel. And we can't do speed questions because I got one guy over there. Oh, in Savannah, here we are. Movie, TV recommendation. That's what I've gotten like 3 times in a row. All right, movie, TV recommendations. Shit. What would it be? Here we go. The NBA Finals. That is my recommendations. We're going to watch the Clippers go down. The Lakers are out. And they lost to the Suns. And I'm not a fan of the Phoenix Suns. But because they took the Lakers out, I kind of want them to win the whole damn thing. Because that way we're like, well, we lost to the champs. So that's my recommendation. Watch the NBA Finals. And the Clippers choked last night. Paul George had a chance at 2 free throws in a row with like a minute left. Missed both of them.
That was great.
Playoff Paul strikes again. And when he missed both of them, guess what, guys? They lost by 1. They lost by 1. So instead of winning by 1, they lost by 1. So yeah, and he was 0 for 7 from 3-pointers until like the final like 5 minutes. Finally made one, so he was 1 for 8 all night. Now, granted, they don't have Kawhi Leonard, so they probably would have won that game if Kawhi played. But we're gonna watch the Clippers choke. And even though they're close to me in LA, I don't know. The Lakers are still my team. Since 1987, I've been a Laker fan. I'm not some bandwagon person. So that is my TV recommendations. I think we have the first game tonight, right? Atlanta and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So game 1 is tonight. The Clippers, the next time they play is Thursday against the Phoenix Suns. That'll be game 3. If you don't know or don't give a shit, the Clippers are down 2-0 to the Suns, which makes me feel really good. Even though I don't like Chris Paul, but
I like him better than Paul George.
yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, if I had to pick one of the two to be on the Lakers, definitely Chris Paul.
For sure, any day.
But on that note, thanks for hanging out, guys. This is fun. Brandon did a fantastic job being by himself over there, and we always appreciate this time with you guys. Look at this thing. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of that? I absolutely love it. I think that's amazing. Got some yellow, orange, some pink, purple, dark purple, blue, and then wine. I mean, we got a rainbow there. This thing is badass. I absolutely love it. And black, because there's black in a rainbow too, right? So definitely dope. Thank you, Paul King, for letting me do this for you, man. I feel so lucky to be able to build some of these crazy guitars where you guys are trusting me to do something that you've never seen me do before and just let me go to town. So thank you guys. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. And if you guys need anything, call me.